about 2 bars every hour as well. Do is I ride with the hydration pack.
White get over the landing of that triple, get close in, is getting the lead. Unbelievable!
You want to talk about a battle of the minds right here, Reach.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. It's been a little bit quiet on the YouTube channel lately. Been fairly busy at home and also had a food poisoning the other week. We're back and we're off to Germany at the moment, doing some riding again. Keen for that. Yeah, in today's video we're gonna do some riding, but I'm also gonna give you guys some information and knowledge regarding some fueling and hydration for riding. Sasha, the guy you probably saw in my latest video, asked me a few questions about eating and drinking during the ride. I was gonna explain him about it, but then I thought maybe it would make sense to give some info on YouTube as well, because I reckon a lot of you guys maybe don't really know that well what to eat, because when I started riding I also didn't know. Put water in the bottle and maybe had a banana and that was it, whereas now it's completely changed and I can ride for way longer and stay stronger physically and mentally. So disclaimer, I'm not a coach or I'm not a professional in this. I do think all of my info that I'm gonna give you will help, and I would say with a lot of the guys I've ridden with in the past, I'm the guy who usually like eats and drinks the most and is the most proper with his food and drinking during the rides. There's two things to address. So you have hydration, which is water, electrolytes, which is basically stay on your salt and mineral level, carbs and calories, let's say, which is your fuel. First of all, let's go with electrolytes. So one of the most important things when you ride is taking electrolytes. I feel that electrolytes make or break the ride. Good way, I think someone explained it to me before, your brain and your muscles make a connection through neurons. These connections works the best if your salt and mineral intake is proper. As your body has, the harder the connection is made. Therefore, I think also, for example, you get quite tired at some later stages. This is a way it's been explained to me before, and I think it's the easiest to explain it to you as well. Because there are so many variables with electrolytes, and every, let's say, carb drink, electrolyte drink has different minerals and so on, it's hard for me to say which is the right amount. For example, in the winter rides, you don't sweat that much. I believe you don't need that much electrolyte. On really hot summer days, you really need to drink a lot. A lot of times, electrolytes drinks go hand in hand with carb drinks. You have these little tablets which usually are only for electrolytes. And those little electrolytes are quite nice, but those don't have any carbs. Now, on to stage number 2 of the fueling part. I know my fat max amount, which is the amount I need to take every hour on the hour to stay at my base level. My fat max is around 400 calories. I weigh 80 kilos. I don't really know how you can calculate that, but maybe you can take this in consideration with my weight and then apply it a bit to your weight, and you'll probably be fairly spot on. So that's the calories, but the most important thing is the carbs. For example, my carb max, so the maximum intake I can have, is 75 grams of carbs an hour. Every person is different. I would say if you have a goal between 60 and 90 carbs an hour, you'll be fairly spot on. And to put this into a picture, how much food or how much drink that is. So usually every hour I drink carb mix, which is a mix of electrolytes and carbs. Then I usually eat about 2 bars every hour as well. This way I reach my goal of 75 grams of carbs an hour. Easy way to see if you're getting enough carbs in is by looking on the back of your bar or whatever you're eating, or you look it up on Google and see how much is in there. And if you track it a little bit, you kind of get to know what is what. You get a pretty good gauge of what carbs you take in. So that's usually how I do it. 1 bottle an hour, and then 2 bars every hour. And then one good trick if you're gonna go for a big ride is to make sure you eat the day before quite a lot of carbs as well. So for example, potatoes or sandwiches or wraps, they all have a lot of carbs in it, so that helps a lot. And then a big breakfast in the morning as well, so you're starting with a full tank, let's say. I already see you guys thinking, questioning, how am I going to take all of this with me on my ride? What I usually do is I ride with the hydration pack from Evoc. It takes up to 1.5 liters of water, which I think is more than enough. Like more than that, the backpack is just going to weigh too much. And then I can store all my bars, bananas, gels, everything in there, electrolyte, tablets, all of this, and basically don't have to worry about my food. The hydration pack got little pockets at the front, so you can easily grab a bar out, eat it on the climb. This way you can basically keep going all day. Of course you have the bottle in the bike as well, so you can store up to about 3 liters of water, which, to be fair, if I go on a mountain bike ride, I don't think I'll finish it that much time, but at least you can do 2 hours or more with these amount of water. And then usually you can find a place to fill up your bottle and your hydration bag in the meantime. And if not, you can always stop like at a supermarket or anything. I hope this information helped a bit. I feel like it makes sense to help you guys a bit out with these little information things that I know and are easy to address. It also gives some more value to these videos other than just going out riding bikes and posting that. We're gonna go out, ride some bikes after my food poisoning week. And yeah, I did road ride yesterday and the day before, felt pretty good, and I can finally eat something again, especially during the ride, which is as I said, really important. And the weather seems to be pretty nice as well, so yeah, keen for it. Let's see what happens, and I'll catch you when I'm there. Cheers. So here we are, just parked up at the trails. Did a pretty big rebuild on the Repcon, so everything's fresh again. Brakes are working like a dream. I got a fresh service from Plus Rides on the fork, so well keen with that. You can definitely feel the difference. He also resized the bushings. That made a huge difference too, and just the sensitivity of the fork. So now it's like running well good, and well stoked. So I did a few runs already with the half shell helmet, but I have no GoPro mount on that, so now we're going with the full face so we can give you guys a bit of a POV. Let's get it. Such a beautiful day today. Weather's absolutely mint, and to be fair, actually I have to get a bit used to it being so dry. Like, it's almost more slick in some bits of the track, and yeah, having to adjust a little bit, but yeah, not too bad. At least the roots and stuff are dry, so that's easy, especially on this place. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here we go. Such a janky track. Whoa. Whoa, I almost washed the front. Lomer. Shout out to the people who built this. Gonna be sick in the winter. Almost 5 o'clock at the moment. I feel mentally like a little bit tired, like not sharp. It's a bit annoying. And I not have any caffeine tablets with me, because otherwise that's a trick I sometimes pull up my sleeve, is taking some caffeine at like 3 or 4 o'clock, so you can have 2 hours, let's say, with a fresh mind. But I guess we're gonna raw dog it today. So, life hack for you guys: if you're riding with a full face, of course you can't put AirPods in. If you just listen to a podcast and put it on speaker and put it into your phone, you can listen to it on the climbs, and you're not that guy with a JBL box strapped through your bike with music on. Please don't be that guy. Like walks and stuff don't like it. But I reckon if I would just listen to a Gypsy Tales podcast, they wouldn't really mind. It's like people talking. They might look weird at me, but I don't give a damn. So I think this is my favorite trail, all-time favorite trail here in Witte. Pretty sure I can say the location by now, since basically everyone's shared it, which is called Lille Champrix, which has actually the same name
as the trail in Finale, which in Finale I like it, but it's not my favorite one. But here it is, mainly because it's super good for testing. It has quite a few compression and stuff, and some weird corners and so on. So let's get it. Little Champery. A lot of compressions in this track, and the off cambers too. Hell yeah. Whee! It's so funny. At 4:30, this road's fully covered with cars. Now it's almost 6. No soul around. Well, that most likely was the most physical 1500 height meters I've done in a while. Definitely feeling the effects from the food poisoning a little bit still, but riding wise it was much better than last weekend, so stoked with that. Definitely the fork fresh up was a good go, and a lot of nutrition from the guys from Nutri-Athletic got me back on the grind. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and a bit of info and insights and tips and advice. Next week I'm going to Spain, and I'm going to do a Spanish race there, Spanish Enduro race. And on the way back I'll do a Belgium Enduro Cup race, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if in Spain I can ride with the GoPro, but we'll see how that unfolds. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Ciao ciao.